Welcome, everyone, to the L7C podcast, Naruto What If Battle Edition. Today, we have the last Naruto What If battle of the summer of the Akatsuki Part 2. And we're going pretty big here. We got Toneri Ōtsutsuki, the main villain from Naruto The Last. With us, we got the captain, Byron. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. And then we actually have a couple of returns to the Naruto podcast. Been a couple months, actually. We have the Don Niki. How are you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm good. Vacation in a day. I'm excited.
And then we have the My Hero Enthusiast back too as well. Andrea, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are y'all? It's good to be back on here.
Oh, it's been so long since we've had like 4 people.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's been a while because I know the last one, Byron did on his own. Yeah, Byron had some controversy in the YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, they were coming at me because I thought I was being racist, which is weird.
Yeah, that was a time. And then you commented back, and then the guys never said anything because you were like, is the Naruto fandom racist? Are you saying our podcast is
racist? Right. He's dipped after that. I'm like, all right, I guess you're just being in trouble.
But this is the last one of the ladder of this summer. We have Toneri Ōtsutsuki, aka a space alien, main bad guy from Naruto The Last. Pretty strong dude. And if you've been listening to our podcast, you know how it goes. We start at the bottom, climb our way up, and then we go from there. So let's just start off with Mr. Toneri against, first up is Orochimaru. Nikki, what do you think?
He's watching him.
Simple?
Yeah, honestly. He's got the Byakugan, and Orochimaru just really weak, bro.
Oh, hot take?
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, after a while, he really is just not. I mean, they made him seem so big and bad, and then Sasuke beats him, and then we see the power scaling just go off the chart later on in the series. So that's why it's kind of like, I mean, I don't disagree with Nikki. I don't think that's a hot take, honestly, but maybe the internet disagrees with us.
I mean, that's, we're just calling legendary Sanins weak. I get it. I mean, once we power scale, but I was like, man, Nikki just tried straight up wash, but I mean, I agree. So that's the thing. Byron, what do you think?
Yeah, Orochimaru's getting washed. I don't think he's beat anybody in our Akatsuki ladder.
He really hasn't. He really hasn't.
No, he hasn't. I don't think anyone has had trouble. We've not had a debate on the first 3 people on these ever. The first debate started happening on our very first one with Sasuke. on Hidan. Like there was a debate starting at Hidan.
There was.
And then it was looking like he was about to be out there, and our favorite Sasuke fan, Cedric Ware, was the one who voted him through. The irony of that. And then Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke was battling all the way through. What about Ōtsutsuki versus Deidara?
I think Toneri will win. I don't think Deidara will blow himself up like he did against Sasuke.
Andrea, what do you think?
Same as Byron.
Nikki, easy wash?
Yeah, honestly.
Okay. Let's move on up to Sasori of the Red Sand, all the 100 puppets fighting. What do you think, Andrea?
I think it'd be an interesting fight to watch, but I mean, I'd give it to Toneri for sure.
Nikki?
Yeah, give it to Toneri. I mean, that 100 puppets is something, but not when you have to fight Toneri's puppets. You kind of cancel each other out there.
Byron?
Yeah, I think Toneri will win. I mean, like they said, it'd be interesting. At first, I would struggle, like, how would he get through Sasori's outer shell? But then I forgot he can literally throw pieces of the moon. So Toneri wins.
That moon power, though.
That's true. Moon power is strong. Moon power wasn't strong against the Raikage last month, though, because they're like, if he gets stuck in the moon, he'll just break out.
That's the Raikage.
The third.
Yeah, that's different. That's different.
What about now we're first 3 easy washes? What about him versus Hidan, the Immortal? How do you see that one going, Nikki?
Ooh, that's a tough one just because Hidan's immortal.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if Toneri touches him, he can just control Hidan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like that's the workaround to Hidan. I mean, I'm sure he can dismember him like Shikamaru, realistically, but I think he could just control him for real, because Hidan's got to get close. And all Toneri's got to do is just use that green chakra he has.
Byron?
Yeah, I think if he puts the orb in him and controls him, I think Toneri wins.
Andrew?
If Hidan, not Hidan, Hidan can
Yeah,
draw
Hidan.
blood, I don't know if he'll be able to draw blood because Toneri can teleport. So I think you'd just be able to like teleport behind him and then control him.
Okay. Andrew?
I agree. Toneri's going to win it. It would be, again, like the workaround. I wonder if, Toneri would, know. I mean, everybody's first instinct when they fight is to, not get hurt. But he just needs a, like, simple scratch. So that's why it's like, would he know to, or would he be able to avoid getting scratched, like, at all before he's able to, do the whole green chakra orb or teleport behind him? Because he still has to figure out kind of what's going on. But no, I do think he would. I do think he would figure it out. And I don't know. He's an alien, so all bets are kind of off, in my opinion, for him. Like past a certain point in this ladder, like my first like kind of real like I don't know 50-50 one way or the other is like later on in the ladder. It was just kind of chalk it up to, I mean, Naruto struggled in the last movie slightly against him. So like Naruto in the last movie, where would he go through the scale? And so that's kind of how I think about it. So yeah, I'd give it to Toneri.
That's a good point. And we'll definitely get to that in these later rounds. And now our guy who always is the benchmark in the middle. If you get past him, you get to the big boys and girls. If you don't, it's over. Toneri versus the main man, Kakuzu. Byron, who you got?
Kakuzu is one of my favorites of the Akatsuki. And I'll always struggle with him because of the 5 hearts. So my thing is like, if Toneri tries to put the green orb in him, what happens to like the other 4 hearts? Like, is he controlled? Because each heart is separate. So that's where I'm struggling. But then, if push comes to shove, he could just go into his green sage mode, basically. And I think that would give him the edge. So I'm gonna go with Toneri.
Okay, Nikki.
Yeah, I got a quick question. Are we giving him Hanabi's eyes so he can activate the Tensagon? Or are we just doing him base form with the Byakugan?
That's a good question.
Because that's when it really changes for him. Because, the Byakugan, it does its thing, but it's really when he gets that Tensagon that he truly goes OP.
You can give an answer. You can give an answer for both if it matters, like who you would pick. If
it's a Tensagon, he's smoking him easily. I mean, we watched him fight Ninetales, Naruto, Kakuzu not doing that. If he's just the Byakugan, he probably still wins. I mean, he's got the Byakugan. And the thing is, like, yeah, he has those 4 other hearts. But if Kakuzu sends those out of him, they're not strong on their own to take down an Ōtsutsuki, an alien. Like, it's just going to be the 4 elements. And at that point, Toneri can handle that, I'd assume.
Andrea?
I agree. I think Toneri takes it. I kind of had meant to ask at the beginning about the Byakugan versus Tensagon. So I'm glad you brought that up, Nikki. But no, I agree in either form that I think Toneri would win.
So just with the Hidan and Kazuku thing too, obviously we were talking about winning, like knocking them out, taking them out. But do you think either of them could also, with these people going forward, survive 60 minutes against them? Because would that change your guys' opinions? It's like, oh, we're not talking about just knocking. Because remember, it's a 60-minute fight. If you can survive the 60 minutes.
I think I would give Hidan more of a chance to survive 60 minutes because of the whole immortality thing than I would Kakuzu.
Fair enough. Well, seeing that, let's go to one of the women that we all love, the angel of the hidden rain, Konan against Ōtsutsuki Toneri. Andrea, what do you think?
My biggest thing for her is we didn't get to see her fight too much, but when she has opportune time to plan, when she's able to like lay the groundwork and figure out a strategy, I think she could do it. But in this situation, I don't feel like she's going to have that preparation time or enough information to kind of pull together a full strategy ahead of time. But I think she could actually probably last the 60 minutes without getting knocked out. I feel like she's pretty good at evading and I don't want to say hiding. That's not the right word. Kind of duplicating like that she's got her like paper clones and all those things. So I feel like she would be able to survive if she figured out that she couldn't win the fight. So I don't know how you want to classify that, but I think overall Toneri is more powerful than her.
Nikki?
Yeah, Konan could put up a good fight. Honestly, she could probably last that distance just because she could turn it to paper and whatnot. She could probably go 60 minutes. But I'm thinking about it and I'm reading him, and like his green orbs do so much, such as like reading minds, and like he can project himself almost the same way she can. Like Konan might be able to last a distance, but in straight like a fight, I'm giving it to Toneri, honestly.
Byron?
Yeah, I think straight fight Toneri wins, but if she can evade for 60 minutes, I think it'll be a draw per se. But if she's just trying to go straight hands and win, I think Toneri would beat her.
Because like what Nikki said about the projecting, like the mind control and all of that, let's just say like, let's say classify that as a genjutsu. Because we, like Andrea said, we've only seen Konan have like one shining moment. So like, how would she fight against, like, how would she break out of a genjutsu or a mind reading of that type of strength? Or if the man, like, if he shoots her to the moon, what's she going to do? Because obviously we don't know if she can breathe in space.
True. But if you go like rock, paper, scissors rules, paper beats rock, I'm counting moon as rock.
Well, that is true. Moon is a rock, but to go on to the other people, I don't think Konan could beat Pain.
Right.
No.
And this Toneri is up that same alley. But we always put respect on her name because obviously her one shining moment was one of the bright spots for the characters.
Yeah.
Huge.
Man. Nikki, let's go to one of your guys, Kisame versus Toneri. This is where we're getting to the big people now. How do you see this fight going?
Man, I'm gonna give it to Toneri, but this would definitely be a tough fight. I feel like he would definitely need the Tenseigan to really like win this one. Like if it was just a Byakugan, I don't really think that's all that crazy to Kisame. I mean, his partner was Itachi, who had the Sharingan, the Mangaku. So I feel like unless Toneri powers up and gets that chakra cloak mode or whatever, he's probably not going to win. Because, I mean, it took Seventh Gate Guy to beat a 30% Kisame. So I'd assume a base form of Toneri isn't going to cut it against him.
Andrew?
Again, I agree with Nikki. It wouldn't make sense, base level Byakugan, for him to really, I mean, I think it'd still be an interesting fight either way. It's just, the winner at the end of it is going to be different. And I don't think even with the Tenseigan, I think Toneri would probably get pretty banged up in the fight against Kisame, like for sure. So I don't think it's like a wash per se, but I do think Toneri is going to like eke it out.
Byron?
Yeah, I think Toneri ekes it out. For me, it comes down to chakra siphoning because Kisame has Samihara who loves chakra, but then in the last movie, Toneri can definitely siphon chakra because he almost took all of Naruto's chakra. So I think it's comes down to who can get chakra faster, and I feel like Toneri could, if push comes to shove, I feel like he could just take all of Kisame's chakra, and they said Kisame is like a tail beast without being a tail beast. So I think Toneri does eke this one out.
So now we're at the point where Andrea was talking about like how he was fighting Naruto. So now, like thinking of these fights, this is Naruto with Sage mode, Nine-Tail Chakra mode, post the war.
Mhm.
So he's already at this point the strongest person on the planet right now. So I guess now when we say eke it out, do you think then Kisame could eke out a fight against Sage? Like, could eke it against Sage, that Naruto? Because Toneri, like when Niki said, in his form, chakra mode, Toneri was going hit for hit.
True.
True.
So that's what you got to get to the point now. And obviously, with these next couple people, they have hacks and all that stuff, and they're smarter than the people. But that's what you got to think now, because if you're saying that he could eke it out against Toneri or come close, you're saying he can also then beat a Naruto Sage mode enhanced Nine-Tail Chakra mode right after
When you
the
put
war.
it like that,
Right.
then probably not.
Well, that's why
Probably-
Niki said it was important. Is like, does he
Yeah.
get the Tensengan or just the Byakugan? Because that is true. Niki said that's two different fights.
Mm-hmm.
So with just regular Byakugan, I'm gonna say he ekes it out. But with Tensegan, I feel like it's pretty handy in Toneri's favor.
Because we know who's next in the next couple up. It's Toneri now versus Uchiha Itachi. Obviously, Itachi physically is not stronger than Naruto by any means, not at this point. But we know if you want to, that's a guy who, if he can last long enough, he can make a plan. But this is a lot of power. Niki, I know you've been thinking about these next couple ones. Who do you got with this one?
Ooh, this is tough because this is Mangekyou versus the Tensagon. Itachi's got his Susanoo. Ooh, this is tough because I'm reading it. We're not even going to talk about Byakugan. He's got to go straight Tensagon.
Yeah, no.
Better
Pokemon's
activate.
out of it from here on.
Right.
Like it's not even considered.
I feel like I don't know if Itachi's weapons, the Totsuka blade and
Work
the
on
Yata
him.
mirror, will work on him or work on, because he essentially becomes what Madara and Obito does. He's got the truth seeking orbs.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like those can probably block the Sage of Six Paths tools.
Mm-hmm.
Since those weren't even his. Who knows what those were?
Man, this motherfucker found him, bro. Literally found
Yeah.
him in the street.
I
Want that backstory. I want that backstory so bad. Like, how do you find weapons for a Susanoo? Like, how? Or did he turn weapons into weapons for Susanoo? Because like Orochimaru was looking for it. He doesn't have a Susanoo to use those weapons. Like, how the fuck was Orochimaru going to use them?
Well, that could have been part of the plan. I mean, like, you might need a Susanoo. Orochimaru knows everything about everything. Like, you can't do something on the plan. He doesn't know what's going on. I mean, that could have been the main reason why he was trying to get Uchiha's body.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm going to give the win to Toneri because he's got that yin yang and yin yang release.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Itachi could probably last an hour against him. Potentially. It might come close, that last 15. Can Itachi power through that last 15, that final stretch?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm going to still give it to Toneri just because I think he's just still a step above Itachi.
Byron?
I am going to give it to Toneri because I just remembered that he literally cut the moon in half, the golden sword chakra. I think he would be able to cut through Susanoo with these.
Andrea?
Yeah, so anytime I hear someone versus Itachi, my gut is to always go with Itachi because I love him. I have a soft spot for him. And then, like you said, putting it in perspective, Toneri gave Naruto, like fully cloaked, sage mode, all that good stuff, a run for his money. And at that point, he's stronger than Itachi. So, like, logic dictates Toneri would win. I do agree that I think a healthy Itachi, like, take out the whole, like, illness bit. I think he would last the 60 minutes. And I think he would be smart enough to either figure out a plan to buy time if he needs time, or just kind of, scrap something together to be able to push it out if there really is like a 60-minute time limit, like a what's that word? Kind of like a sparring match or a tournament style where it is just like, fight whoever wins, you have 60 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If that was the case, then yeah, I think it would be a draw that Itachi would be able to last it, but that's not the form I think we're going for. So Toneri wins it.
I think the problem with Itachi, especially this round of the what if fights, because we've had some extremely strong people, like obviously like Sage Mode Kabuto individually was stronger than Itachi. Like him and Sasuke had the third Hokage individually is stronger than Itachi. Like this guy individually is stronger than Itachi. But the problem is that we will truly never in our lifetime actually get to see what Itachi truly could have been. Like that's the problem. Because obviously his Susanoo doesn't even get to like the next 2 or 3 levels.
Mm-hmm. But we know he probably could have gotten there if he had been A, healthy, and B, hadn't let Sasuke kill him.
Yeah, so like we'll never know what his full super tall standing like a Madara, Sasuke, or like Kakashi Susanoo would be. Like we'll never see that. Now, if we got to see that, like he got a full body Susanoo, then I feel like this fight would be a little bit different because I'm thinking like, does Toneri know his true self? Like, what if he touched the final 15 minutes, goes, hey, I'm going to lose anyway, time to do my ultimate genjutsu.
Yeah, I was just thinking
that.
Does, would the infinite Tsukuyomi, or not infinite, Tsukuyomi, would that work on him?
The Tsukuyomi or the Izanami, like he did against Kabuto? Like,
I have no question the Izanami will work. I'm just wondering if he can buy time with the Tsukuyomi since he controls everything within it.
That's true. Or is it like, does his chakra mode work like a tail beast where you can just bust out of genjutsus?
That's true.
Because like Niki said he has no problem. Like he's like, oh, if he gets an Izanami, it's over. But could he get him an Izanami? Like, could he know that like this was a different like Toneri? Like that's the thing. Because if he's in that final 5 minutes, he's like, all right, I gotta bust this move out. Like I'm losing anyway. It's time. Could he get that off? Because I think that's the most interesting. One of the most interesting arguments of these next couple people, because he has that be all end all move.
That's true. I think if he did get in Izanami, I think it would be over for Toneri because he definitely does not know his true self because he was very confused on what Hamura like decree was because he thought it was to destroy the earth when Hamura totally something different. So I don't think.
But he didn't know that. He didn't change his stance until Hinata took him to meet Hamura's spirit or whatever.
That's true.
Because before that, he was dead set on I'm taking out the humans and the earth is or the moon is going into that earth. The moon is going into that earth. I think he was very committed.
That's true. He was committed to his goal. I mean, because then Byron, from your thing, you can make the case that only Itachi and Shisui were the only Uchihas who knew their true selves because everyone else was getting lied to by the Rock.
That's true.
Like that's who really wrote some fake scriptures and they really followed it. Still the craziest plot point in the show.
Right. And I mean, you can never like underscore the impact of emotional damage. So I'm sure it could have been pulled out of with Izanami somewhere, somehow, something in there to get him confused or like trapped for at least 5 minutes.
We go from now we got a moon person versus someone who can make a moon to Toneri versus Nagato, aka Pain. Byron, how do you see this fight going?
Man, this one's tough. I want to go Pain because he's destroyed a whole village with Push. But I don't think that's enough to beat basically Sage's 6 pass Toneri.
I mean, I hear you, Ben. I feel like
because I feel like if you put him in the moon, I feel like Toneri could just break out and then
put him in the moon. He is the moon.
I was about
exactly.
to say that.
That's true.
Verbatim. I was gonna be like, Toneri is the moon. He'd be like, bitch, this is my backyard. What you mean?
Right.
Man, we've got to the point we're picking people where the moon ain't enough anymore. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
get
what I was
Mars in here.
We've
yeah,
gotten
I'm
to
not
that
doing
point.
Toneri. Yeah.
Now, does it matter for you if it's the sage, if it's the 6 paths of pain, like the 6 bodies, or like Nagato or Kabuto put all of them in his one body?
I don't think it matters.
I mean, 6 bodies, less to manage,
That's true. I feel like he would maybe struggle more with 6 bodies, but if it's 1-on-1, I feel like Toneri's just gonna smoke him, especially when you try to put him in the moon.
Nikki?
See, this was a tough one. When I was watching the fight, I instantly started thinking about, all right, Pain. His end all be all, we always joke, put him in the moon. Well, he's just gonna cut that shit, no problem. He cut the actual moon. And then that question you posed about the 6v the 1, the thing with 6 is you're now giving him more, you're taking away your abilities that you have within you, and you're now giving him more options to just green orb, bah. Oh, you're Rennie Rebirth dude? Yeah, he gonna be with me. The dude that stops your attacks, he gonna be with me. I feel like almost if you give him 6, you're almost at you have the Renegon linked, but I feel like you're at a disadvantage because you're allowing Toneri more options to control somebody. And then when it comes to his abilities, I mean, we watched Toneri fling Naruto and rocks from the moon and Hinata like it's nothing, almost like a almighty push or whatever. And he could definitely almighty pull. So I think I got to give it to Toneri because he almost has the same abilities. And the one trump card Pain has, putting somebody in the moon, well, he's just going to golden sword that.
And also, too, like, if Pain needs, he just can't put someone in the moon super quick, like we get to, like, adult Sasuke who can just do it, like, super easy. Like, Pain, it took some time. So it's like, if Toneri sees you, like, charging up to do it, he might be already dead. Andrew, what do you think?
I agree with what everybody said. I don't think there's much to add other than, and it's not even anything to add. It's just kind of restating again. Naruto before his ultimate forms at the end of the show/movie beat Pain way before the war. Toneri is somebody Naruto had a little bit of a struggle with post-war, plus some power-ups. I feel like Toneri just logically has to take the dub.
And then we get to this guy. So how's Toneri hitting Obito if he gets in Kamui? Because now we're here. We're at this point. So it's going to be Kamui versus the Tien. Like, how are we doing this now?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
Because of it.
We got nothing. I got nothing.
Like, unless, because I guess, like, how fast do we? Well, he was scaling to Naruto, so he has to be really fast. Because obviously Minato was able to hit. He was 13 at which is still crazy. Obito's 13, but if you're quick enough, you could hit Obito. But it's like, is he gonna be quick enough to land them big blows? Because Kamui is a bitch.
Yeah, Kamui is a bitch. I'm stuck.
I think Toneri's stuck. Basically, is what we're all saying is like,
But the problem is Obito has to touch him. No, like he has to punch him or do something. That's the thing
true.
too. Like if he tries to touch him and Toneri's still saying like, all right, bro, you touch me, you're already under my mind control. Like Nikki said with all his moves. And Obito, I mean, when he's fighting, he ain't a coward, so he's not just gonna hide in the Kamui dimension for an hour. So
True. Obito does like to throw hands.
he would if Rin was there.
Nikki's thinking, like, look at him thinking.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how this battle would go and who's doing what. Because I mean, they both got the Sage of 6 pass, chakra, the black balls, all that at that point. So I guess it's really just between who's got better hands, and do we think Obito's Rinnegan is beating this Tensagon? But then my thing is, you brought it up earlier with the scaling. Does Ten Tails Obito scale to this Naruto?
Well, could this Naruto beat him alone? That's the question.
Right, because Naruto, alone was the key thing. Is Naruto didn't beat Obito alone, and I mean, he taught no jutsu to him. Is how he beat Obito.
Like alone, I would say, because I would say definitely the Naruto Sasuke who just got the powers was like right when they were fighting Kaguya, because they were fighting Kaguya, and that Kaguya is stronger than Obito. But Sasuke, for real, if you watched him, he wasn't really doing shit. So, and that was another person I was going to throw random. It was like, man, if Sasuke showed up to the moon instead of Naruto, how would that a fight would have gone?
That was the best version of Sasuke.
The last, yes.
Yes, that was the best version.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really showed up and destroyed a meteor with
Chidori and left.
Right, he said, he said, if
dipped.
Naruto's not here, I'm the only one that can protect the village. And then dipped. I'm like, okay, Sasuke.
That was his best version. That was his best, one arm and all, too. Like, that was his best version. But this Obito one's tough, because I think Toneri is stronger than him. I think he's physically stronger, but Obito got them hacks.
I think Obito probably could last a 60 minutes. But I know he's not hiding for an hour. I think he would try and fight and then maybe hide for like the last 10 minutes.
I was thinking he would pop in and out, like use the hiding, like intermittently pop out, fight, dip, like, yeah.
Do you think, Nikki, that like, because Toneri, he does have some space-time ninjutsu prowess, do you think he could, I don't know, semi-think that Obito is transporting to the Kamiyu dimension, but then he actually takes Toneri with him, and then they're stuck there fighting if he tries to mind control him?
That's true. I mean, if Toneri can get close enough, when Obito does that combo, he's gonna be in that dimension with him, which is a game changer.
True.
Because this one's tough, because because I felt like he was going to get this far. So I was like, oh, we got some bonus rounds. So who do you got between Toneri and Madara?
I was not prepared for this. Martin.
It's bonus round, and it's Nikki's Madara. Sage a 6 pass Madara.
Sage a 6 pass, 10 tails Madara. I don't know many people that are beating that guy. I don't know if I can give it to Toneri. Because if it wasn't for Black Zetsu, I don't know if
they lost. They would have lost.
Yeah, that was 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't know if Toneri can step up to that level. I'll be honest.
Because you think Naruto could beat Madara by himself now?
No.
Well, and that's the thing is, I don't think so. But everywhere all over the internet is like, by that point in time, Naruto and Sasuke are the 2 like strongest shinobi ever, and I'm like, ever really? Question mark? Like, what do you mean? So.
And I guess I understand. Yeah, I see the same things you see, Andrea, like with that stuff too. But this show is one of the only animes where like you could be the strongest and you can still take L's.
That's true. That's true.
Like you can get outplanned out here, so
and lose an eye.
And
after
lose
an eye.
And lose an eye, like because now you got the limbo clones, you got the lightning,
right?
You got someone. I mean, we're in space now. Madara's meteors don't have to come from far away now.
That's true.
Like Madara's like, oh, we're on the moon. Oh, I used to bring meteors from up here. So now
cut travel time in half.
So I feel like that. I mean, that would be tough.
Yeah. Them limbo clones, 4 against 1. You can't see 3 of them or 4 of them.
Does y'all think Toneri could beat Kaguya?
No.
Hell no.
without the ceiling plot.
Oh, without the ceiling plot. No.
Man, they're cousins almost. Pretty much.
That's a great grandson that doesn't like
right.
Well, do you think that Naruto could beat Kaguya alone?
Who?
This Naruto, the one fighting Toneri. Do you think he could beat Kaguya alone?
Without the
ceiling?
Mm-hmm. You just got to beat her.
I don't think so.
I don't know, bro. She gonna transport dimensions and blast his ass with what she blasted Obito.
Right. She is a mother of all chakra. I don't see Naruto winning that.
I guess my thing is we had Lord Third, Raikage.
Mhm.
He cleared, didn't he?
He got to. It was the same thing with like Obito. Like
Okay.
so basically he cleared, but he got to the like
Mm-hmm.
the commute. But the thing is that motherfucker fast.
But my thing is, like, is he faster than Kamui?
Oh, well, it depends on which Obito. Like I think he's smacking the Obito who fought Konan.
Yeah.
But then
But
when
if he
you
goes
get,
Sage of Six Paths, I don't.
oh well, he
I don't
wasn't
know if
really
he's faster than that one.
That's true too, because that Kamui, it's like it's tough. Nikki's over here studying. He's getting that research.
Yeah, I'm just looking at his stuff because I mean it's really a prowess of 6 paths versus 6 paths,
Mm-hmm.
and can the Tensagon hang with the Kamui?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like because that chakra mode, like, it's so strong because he can't hide in Kamui forever. He's gonna have to come out and fight, and then he might get counterstruck, and then it's over. And then obviously Madara and Kaguya, because like Andrea said, at this point in the last movie, Naruto and Sasuke fully reincarnated, one of the sons, yada yada, got the chakra, yada yada. Everyone's been nerfed down, they've been pumped up, they're the strongest ever. Which, I always wonder what would have happened if the Sage of Six Paths would have gave his shit to the first in Madara.
Oh boy.
Right? I wonder that too. I was like,
I didn't know you wanted to create 2 more Sage of Six Paths.
let's make 6 of them. You got to make 6 Sage of Six Paths. You gotta keep the 6s rolling.
I'm just saying, like, Madara really basically killed Naruto and Sasuke. They're basically on death's door, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well, we can't lose this. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of my power," and then they get whole new upgrades.
So this says he's able to smooth away distortions with his space-time ninjutsu. What the hell was that about? That's what Toneri says.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to think of what that is in the movie. Because I mean,
space-time distortion.
Yeah,
is that the time? Is that the whole like when Naruto's able to go back and like see like Hinata's memories and stuff? Because like is that the space-time that he's referring to?
Oh yeah, that is a good point. Because they were in like that genjutsu when they were traveling from that cave up to the moon area.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
Because if he can smooth away distortions, can't he technically just smooth away the Kamui? Which is a distortion of space-time.
Oh, shit.
That'd be interesting because Obito's Kamui, he only does it on like himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got the short distance.
Yeah, Kakashi could blast you from a distance, and then Kakashi learned while fighting Obito how to Kamui himself. So it's like, that's the thing too. It's tough, man. But I think Toneri would win. But like Byron said, if we're just gonna be popping in and out of Kamuis, but then you could figure it out because Toneri, he ain't an idiot.
Oh no.
I think he'd be able to figure it out.
And then like Madara and Kaguya. Those are some smart cookies.
Yeah, Madara literally is planning this war for centuries. For years.
Only to get played by a shadow.
Right.
Well, his first mess up was when Pain used Renin Rebirth ahead of schedule.
That's true.
He was supposed to use it on Madara. I was like, gee, well, I'm glad that plan failed.
Can you imagine if he actually waited to use that on Madara?
Oh, like if they were like when Naruto was talking to Jutsu and him, he's like, oh, I still have one more task left to do. Instead of bringing everyone back, he brings back Madara. Oh my God.
Right.
Yikes.
Madara would have won right there.
Yeah, seriously. The show would have been over. No, at that point, the show is called Madara, not Naruto.
He would have smacked Naruto. He would have went to the cage summit, killed everyone there. He would have killed some man.
He would have tried to recruit Sasuke again and then end up killing him because Sasuke would have been the cocky ass we know he is, unlike someone's opinion on this pod sometimes.
But now, man, I think Toneri obviously gets to the top, and then those bonus ones of Madara and Kaguya for you guys and girls listening. Let us know what you think. If he could fight either of them alone, win. I know with the scaling, we're just gonna be like, oh, well, that's another question. Do you think Naruto could fight alone Kaguya and Madara in their highest forms and win alone? So if you think Naruto could win, then you probably think Toneri can win. So definitely let us know in the comments below. But man, that's Summer of Akatsuki year 2, which is crazy. So the next couple ones that will get us to December were all, this was from our guy, Cedric, where his thing, he wants to give the Akatsuki a break. And now we're going to go to the flip side, and we are going to do a Jinchuriki ladder. So we're going to go 1 through, obviously work your way up, 1 to 9. Like the Akatsuki, teams of 2. Can those 2 capture the tail beast moving forward? And the teams, and these are no slouch teams. He gave 3 teams.
Okay.
1 team, the team of the other eternal rivals of the series, Guy and Kakashi, War Arc versions. So before double Mangekyu, before 8th gate. So you get 7, and you get the Kakashi who could warp the 8 tails.
Okay.
The other team is a team of Hokages, the 3rd and the 4th.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then this team, who has been featured on this podcast, Mr. Uchiha Itachi and Nagato.
Ooh, those are some good teams. Okay, Cedric.
So then you are working your way up 1 through 9 to catch them at everyone at their best except Naruto. So the Naruto you have to catch is the Naruto chakra cloak mode before he gets like the cloak, the back robe.
Mm-hmm.
So like before he gets the power up and all that jazz.
So when he's first running through the war, essentially taking out white Zetsu's.
Basically, yeah. So like when he headbutted Obito,
Okay.
that version.
Okay.
And then if you get past him, you get the bonus round of capturing the 10 tails.
Okay.
What if you're controlling the 10 tails? Because if you catch all 9, then you're making the 10 tails, aren't you?
Yeah, but like in this case, like the 10 tails is loose, like the war, and it's just you 2. You gotta take it out.
Understood.
Okay.
I was gonna say, like, if they collect them all, doesn't that mean they already control? Yeah, got it.
So gotta catch him, and then so we're doing now. Which team?
My question is, which team is first?
He didn't say. So which team do you guys want to do first?
Call it, Captain.
What was the first team you said?
Itachi. I mean, no, the first team was Kakashi and Guy.
Let's do them first.
Okay. War Arc 7 Gates Guy, War Arc Kakashi, trying to catch all the Jinchuriki. That's what we're going to be doing from September, October, and November. And with that being said, let's go to some closing things. Nikki, you're first, man.
Man, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hop in those comments. Let us know what you think. Come correct, though. You gotta come correct. Don't come in on trash, because it will not go well for you. Yeah, I need facts. But as always, thanks for listening to y'all, and make sure you subscribe.
Andrea.
Thanks everybody for listening. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. If you have any ideas for future Naruto What If podcast, definitely leave it in the comments. And I mean, maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll reference it as like a bonus to another pod. But yeah, just any interaction we can have with you guys is much appreciated. And I miss doing this, so I'm really excited to hopefully be able to jump on the next few.
Byron.
Always fun doing these What If podcasts. Definitely look forward to capturing the Jinchuriki. As Andrea and Niki said before, like, rate, comment, subscribe. Get those views up. Tell your friends about us. Join our Discord. We got a growing community, and we love interacting with fans, whether it's positive or negative.
First couple things, because we started this. Well, these past couple podcasts, obviously, Mitchell Oso, Dragon Ball Xer had a very big month this month. He has an episode, then his Super the hero movie review will be coming out soon. But leading into that, obviously Mitchell was the one who kickstarted really this podcast. He was the first podcast we had, and that had success, and we've grown from there. And the reason I'm saying this because this week is going to be our 2-year anniversary of when this all started, which is crazy to think about. There's already a multitude of episodes this week, so I'll probably say this every episode this week, but
as you should.
Obviously we had goals were just like, hey, we're doing this for fun, all that jazz. And the fact that when you see like, oh, more than like 3 people listen to an episode. Oh, 10 people listen. Oh, 20 listened on like Spotify. And then you go to YouTube. Like I was sharing with Andrea today, her last one on YouTube. Oh, 40 something people randomly just clicked and listened to the opinion and all the way through. So we definitely, like Byron said, thank you guys for support. And we're at year 2, which is crazy. And we've made super jumps from year 1 viewing wise to year 2. Hopefully by the end of this month into September, we can unveil where we're at viewing wise. We're getting close to another big milestone. But again, thank you guys for listening to L7C podcast. We love doing these. It's good to have most of the Naruto forum back. And we'll be back with a Jinchuriki one next month. And also probably going to try and put all of our anime fans on our podcast to work, because September is the last month before a whole bunch of anime come out in October.
Hell yeah.
So definitely thinking about getting the forum together for a special what anime are we looking forward to watching and expectations in September. So be on the lookout for that, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of anime that are coming back in October. It's going to be probably one of the biggest anime months of all time. And with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. Signing out. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.